and welcome to So You Think You're Awake, the show about life transformation through dream interpretation. I'm Michael Sheridan. On this show, through analysing your dreams, I reveal your potential and the obstacles you need to overcome. I'm very specific. I tell you the magic power you have, what makes you magnificent, and the bumps in life that are holding you back. These bumps are not in the way, they are the way. To get your dream analysed on my show, go to dream-analysis.com, fill in the form and submit your dream there. That's all you have to do. And then sit back and wait for me to interpret it. If you want to have a go at interpreting your own dreams, you can also go to dream-analysis.com and download my free dictionary that has thousands of symbols already interpreted for you to work out the meaning of your own dreams. Anyway, my friend Anne asked me to put together a presentation about prophetic dreams that I'd received on this show. They contain dire predictions, and I was greatly surprised at how many people joined us live for that presentation and then stayed right through to the end, glued to it. Why? I realized people want to know what's coming for them and what they can do about it to avoid it. Personally, I think a few people would welcome these predictions. Anyway, I've decided to share my presentation with you, so if you're on my list, you'll get a link to watch the live recording. If you're not, simply go to dream-analysis.com and download my dictionary today. That will put you on my list in time to get the link. You're going to need to carve out 90 minutes to watch it, but be warned, they are dire predictions. Be sure you have the stomach for it. Now, let's do some dreams. This one is from Peril. She says, I don't know what age I was. I dreamed this when I was young. I hope I remember it all correctly. And it pops into my head from time to time. And here it is. She says, I'm on the beach. I'm not sure if I'm really there, though, because I'm more watching the dream. There is a mermaid and she wants to live on land because she loves the man. So I looked up when did The Little Mermaid come out, the Disney cartoon, and that was 1989, which is too long ago for this dreamer, but it still obviously influences this dream. There's no question about it. And I don't know what age you were when you had it. Like you said, you don't know what age you were. So, but I still thought I would include it because it's nice and light, at least at the start. The man lives in a small house on the beach and the house is in the sand. The mermaid crawls up the shore in the night, but she doesn't get far because she has no legs so far. She falls asleep in the morning. The man sees her and picks her up and brings her inside. But she is no longer a mermaid. She has legs. They live their lives on the beach. She gets pregnant and has a baby. And she puts an exclamation mark near that, which is probably because of how young you were when you dreamt of this. But anyway, the first part is lovely. So we come from the spirit world. The ocean represents the spirit world. Now, I know this dream is heavily influenced by something like The Little Mermaid. And so we have to allow for that. And that's like really why the storyline is what it is, right? But we can still look at the symbolism. And coming from the water onto land it represents coming from the spirit world onto land. And why do you come here? I know you say you're looking at it, but it's all about you. You come here to unite with a male aspect. Male aspects have to do with confidence, belief in yourself, feeling worthy of the space you occupy, all that sort of thing. So that's why you're here. You have to connect with a male aspect. There's going to be other reasons, but this dream shows that. And you say the mermaid comes up the shore at nighttime. So that's like, I don't really see how I'm going to do what I need to do. And the man finds her in the morning and she ends up getting pregnant and having a baby. So getting pregnant in a dream is really good. So that's about that. That's predicting, look, you're going to achieve what you came here to do. You're going to unite with your male side and it's going to help you grow. And being pregnant in a dream is really probably one of the best symbols for that, that a new aspect of you is going to develop and be born. And that's exactly what it symbolizes here. And then she even has the baby. So it's like full prediction that this is going to happen for you. Then night comes, so it continues on. It was lovely there. It was Disney style at that point. And now it turns Brothers Grimm style. Then night comes and the house is on fire. There are emergency people there trying to save the house. I walk up to the commotion and the woman is on a stretcher holding her baby. I go to her. She hands me her baby and asks me to take care of her. Okay, so You're also the baby in this dream. And the house on fire is about emotional turmoil, stress, all sorts of things, but really bad. And so it's saying you suffered that. The woman giving you, so the woman on the stretcher is good. The fact that she's on a stretcher, she's getting the healing she needs or is going to get it. And there are people there to take care of her. But she gives you the baby and says, you need to take care of the baby. So you're being shown, look, this is what we do. We look after each other. But it's all aspects of you. So you're being told you need to look after yourself. You need to heal the trauma that you picked up when you were a baby. And again, that's how we do it. That's the way it works. Like, we look at it from the human perspective and we think, oh, what a mess. This is what I ended up having to do because I didn't have a great relationship with mom, good bond or whatever. And we look at it and we say, like, I could have been so much better if this didn't happen to me. But like I said at the start of the show, the bumps, which is a mild way of putting it, are not in the way, they are the way. So growing through the issues that you have, you need to look at the issues that you have and where they come from as the catalyst for your growth. And you can either see them as a catalyst or you can see them as the problem. But you never get anywhere if you see them as the problem. So see them as the catalyst, grow despite everything you experienced. And like you even say, she hands me the baby, says I have to take care of her. And that may be something mom did too, made you look after your siblings or something like that. But you're going to know that, so that's not a biggie. But either way, you need to look after yourself and the trauma that you had already picked up by the time of the dream. But the dream is saying that it's from earlier in life. And if you want to talk to me about that, you can get in touch. But thank you for sending the dream. And that one was from Peril. Okay, so let's have a look at one from Michelle. She says, I am a waitress. I have a table with two ladies. They take a while to place the order. In the meantime, they comment on my pearl earrings. One asked if they are size 30 and the other says a 22. I say, I believe they are a 22. And I go inside to get their drinks and the bartender is taking his time. And by the time I get their order, it is raining and they come inside. And that's the dream. I love really short dreams. Now, Michelle sent us another dream, which I'm also going to include, which is a bit longer. But this has everything in it, all the components. What we see is you have two tables with two ladies and they take a while to place their order. And then the bartender is taking his time. So, spoiler alert, you are taking your time. That's what it's saying. That's what the dreamer is saying, or the dream is saying. You're taking your time. So you need to do what you came here to do. You're taking too long to get to it. What are you here to do? There's two things in this dream. You're a waitress. That says you have a hands-on healing ability because waitresses serve food and drink, which is what our body needs. It's the energy source for our body. So symbolizes you have the ability to give people energy and help them heal. Hands-on healing ability. What else have you got? You have pearl earrings. This is really uncommon. I talked about my prophecy presentation at the start of the show, but pearl earrings indicate that you have the gift of prophecy. And not many people have this. And here's one of the things. An awful lot of people think psychics can all tell the future. They can't. They don't need to, because depending on whether you're a psychic or a channel or whatever it is, your guides can tell you what's going to happen in the future. So you don't need the gift as long as you can hear. Makes sense. So it's a very unusual gift. And it's one of those gifts that it works through female energy and you can't switch it off. It just tells you when it wants to tell you. And so you have the gift of prophecy. So you get knowings about things and you know what's going to happen. That's one thing. But they say, is it a size 30? And turns out it's a 22. And there's also two ladies. So the twos are all symbols for channeling. That you're a channel, and because it's an earring, you actually hear your guides clairaudiently. So it isn't necessarily like you hear them like you can hear me talking in the room, but it's kind of like that. It can be like your inner monologue, but very clear hearing your guides. For a lot of people, this kind of starts out as they hear music or parts of lyrics of a song, but I think in your case it's already going to be stronger. Like you get this. And even with the two twos, that even emphasizes this. But anyway, that's one way that you have of hearing your guides. You may have another. And the 30, what's that about? That's about commitment to that gift. And then you go inside to get their drinks. The bartender is there. So the bartender is a guide. and he's taking his time. So what guides do is they will either talk to you and tell you the issue, or they will show you what your issue is. So here, when the guide, and he's a guide because he has a title, he is showing you that you're taking too long. So you already know what your gifts are. And if you didn't know it before today, you know now. You're a spiritual healer, hands-on healer. And I don't mean Reiki. Spiritual healing is its own thing that involves working with spirits, which is why it's called spiritual healing. That's one of your gifts. Another gift is the gift of prophecy. And another gift is the ability to hear and channel your guides. Like I said, you probably have another mechanism for talking to your guides, but you could definitely, that's one of them you definitely have. And the bartender also symbolizes the healing ability because he serves drinks. So whatever your guides have in your dream, you also have. Anyway, you get the order and it's raining. So rain is good. Rain is about letting life in. In dreams, we often think it's not good. I mean, in reality, you don't want to get caught in the rain. That's fine. But water represents life in dreams, and like the ocean represents where life comes from, because it did come from the ocean on this planet. And so the rain is always good in a dream. And these women come in out of the rain. So that says that's what you're doing. You are avoiding life. You don't want to do that. You want to embrace life and see what life can teach you about yourself. So that's your first dream. Let's have a look at your second dream, again from Michelle. She said, this dream starts out getting ready for a snowmobile race in which I realize I'm not dressed and have no pants on. That's actually good in a dream. Being naked or partially naked or exposed in a dream is about not being afraid to show people who you are. Symbolically, that's what it represents. And anyway, I checked the car for my snow pants and the trunk is huge and able to carry my gear. It's a Maserati convertible, but it's large and luxurious like a Rolls. I like that. But the Maserati, being a sports car, powerful sports car, also tells us that you are a healer, because that's what they mean. If you download my dictionary, go to dream-analysis.com, you can look up all these symbols. They're all in there. The perils, the earrings, the waitress, the bartender, they're all in there, and sports car. They all say you have, like the sports car says, you have a hands-on healing ability. So you could already figure all this out if you just had my dictionary. Get it at dream-analysis.com. Anyway, so you have that. That's good. It's not good that you're trying to find pants to put them on. I know, in reality, of course, you want to do that, but not in a dream. I'll go back to the house to head upstairs to dress, and there are no stairs. My friend is able to jump to the second floor, but I struggle. So I would say that you're already trying to channel and you're having difficulty with the channeling, because that's what the second floor is about. Remember, you had the two ladies, the 22 and the earrings and all that as well. So you're able to channel. We know that from your other dream. And the second floor represents connecting with the spirit world, but there's no stairs. So it's like there's no easy route up there. And we've seen this on the show in other dreams. Once upstairs, I find a skirt and boots for the opening ceremony of the race. And there are two babies sleeping in a bassinet in the room. See, 2 is just so important for channels. They have, all their dreams are always littered with it. So here you have the second floor and then the 2 babies who are sleeping, but they're sleeping, which means that you're not using that gift, the channeling ability. And you talk about the opening ceremony of the race. So do you feel that that you're in competition with others in life? You really should just be in competition with yourself, saying, here's what I can do now. How do I improve my lot in life for me? How do I improve my ability to channel, my ability to heal, etc., etc.? Figure those things out. Talk to me. Get on a call with me. I will help you. And I will send you details after the show for how to book me. But anyone whose dream I do in the show, feel free to contact me and say, can we follow up with that dream that you interpreted so excellently? And the answer is yes. So one baby is large and one baby is small. So, okay, we need to fix the balance here. The petite baby is awake and looks at me, but I don't pick him up as he is so tiny. Now, you don't pick him up because you're taking too long to do things. That's why you don't pick him up, just like the last dream. But you have a reason. Oh, he's tiny. I can't pick him up. He's tiny. That's only in the dream. Doesn't work. Sorry about that. I'm concerned with pins on the floor that fall from my clothes, and I'm picking them out of the carpet so the babies are not hurt by them. So, okay. So you point out the babies are hurt. That means you were hurt as a baby. And it's going to be emotional. Why do we know it's an emotional thing? Because it's a snowmobile race. Snowmobile is going to tell us, or the snow is going to tell us, that you are emotionally cold. And I don't mean that to be hard to you. It's like you've been hurt in the past and you've decided the way to help yourself in order to survive that environment where you were being hurt was to close off your heart. And if I don't let people get close to me, they can't hurt me. That's the logic that a child uses. And it works. We are incredibly smart as kids, and it works. But now you're an adult, so you need to clear this. In fact, you needed to clear this some time ago, and you already know it. And that's part of why your dreams are saying, look, why are you taking so long? It is kind of funny when you look at it. We do that. We look at the pain in our lives, like your pain in your life is the ability to express yourself openly. And you know you have difficulty there. And yet you're going to go through life all the way to the end with that difficulty instead of saying, I know what my problem is. I know where it comes from. I want help healing it. If you want help healing it, talk to me. Anyway, once dressed, I pick the pins up and we are ready to leave. Getting down from the second floor is easier than going up. Again, no stairs. But you don't pick the babies up. That's what you're meant to do. Pick up the little cute babies, especially the tiny one. Anyway, we depart and arrive at the large event concert-like venue. I see a lady I know I must walk towards her. So this is mom. She's not mom in the dream, but that's who you have to deal with. You have to face the issues you have with your mom. You say, and this is issues you had when you were a child. You say, she is familiar, but I am reluctant. We know you're reluctant. We've seen that all over your dreams. You're reluctant. And you have reasons for your reluctance, but they just don't work. You know you need to do this. We both walk away from the car and she is talking to me. She asks me to look in the sky towards the stars to see where I must go. Beautiful. So she's a healing agent. She is there to help you. And she is saying, look, this is what you have to do. Overcome the issues with your mom and set some spiritual goals. And stars represent goals and dreams. Like you're looking up into the heavens and she's saying, look at the stars. So this is going to tell you spiritually, you're meant to be working on the spiritual path and you know it. Maybe you already are, but that's what you're meant to be doing. And you need to be setting some new goals for yourself there. And to achieve these goals, you need to overcome the issues with mom. Anyway, she says, I'm to get there and it will be beautiful and my body will be rejuvenated. So now you don't say anything about your body, but you are beautiful. So it's saying that we all are, that once you set your sights on why you're here and start pursuing your goals, that's your beauty. You really are beautiful. We're on the inside and outside. And I'd say the choice of words in the dream matches healing that's required for the hurt and pain you got as a baby. Anyway, I'm taken aback and feel uncomfortable and then start looking for my driver and car because I feel they have left me behind. So again, this is part of the thing. I was kind of neglected or left behind. There's going to be something in that with the way it shows up in the dream because it's just too huge. And you say you feel uncomfortable. So one of the reasons you're not working on the issues around mom is because you're going to feel uncomfortable. And spoiler alert again, yes, you are. But you're going to be uncomfortable and have this difficulty and pain all the way through till the rest of your life, unless you deal with it and heal it. So you can spend 6 weeks or 8 weeks working on it and healing it and then never have it again. Or you can have it for the remaining 50 years or more of your life, whatever it is. It's obvious what is the better choice. Anyway, they're your dreams. I really did like them. Michelle, your dreams are super easy to interpret. So thank you for that. Not everybody gives me easy dreams. You're not all good to me, I'll tell you that. So let's do another one. This one is from Jess. She says, I heard your talk on Wisdom Soup. Thank you for sharing. So cool. I wanted to pass on a dream that has stuck out for me. So the Wisdom Soup is where I gave the talk about prophecy. Anyway, I had this dream in September of last year, 2019. It was so vivid and crazy odd that when I think of dreams, I'm curious about this one comes to mind. It was mostly in colour, but I didn't write it down at the time. I'm sure I can remember what most colours were, but haven't included it in the write-up I've just sent to you. What? Why not? Why would you do that? Why would you taunt me with that? I'm doing the mentorship program, which you're probably aware of, and we're in month 4 probably now of it, which is going great. And I talked about the 6 methods of determining the subject matter of a dream at the weekend, and color is the second method. So you're telling me that you have dropped from the dream analysis, or from the dream that you sent me, the second best way of figuring out what the dream is actually about. And the reason it's so good is because people can't change their association with colors. They just mean the same thing for everybody, whereas that's not true for everything else in a dream. Anyway, as I read this dream, I want you to think about chakras the whole time, because they are important in this dream. So you know what the chakras are. We have 7 chakras in our body, and the spiritual one is the 7th, which is at the top of our head. And it's partially in and partially out of our body, sitting like a dome on our heads. And I say that on purpose. Here's the dream. I was in a glass building, glass everywhere, with domed glass ceilings. Ta-da! That's why I said dome. So we already know this is about the 7th chakra. There was a crowd of people, and I only knew one, a person I knew from childhood, and she says who it was, that I haven't spoken to in years. So here's the question. You don't tell me anything about her. What are her traits? Why have you not spoken to her? What way was she raised? Is she super confident? Has she gone and pursued her life? Or has she stuck her head in the sand and gone for the conventional, I want a house with a white picket fence and all that sort of stuff? This is all important. That's why these people show up in your dreams. They're either there to show you the problems that you have that you need to overcome, that you still have, or to give you the encouragement to look, you can be like her. Anyway, I can't tell you what she represents. I could have if I channeled, but I didn't, because you didn't tell me about her. But you'll already know, so that's why I said this bit. I looked up and I saw a giant blimp hover overhead and passing through our area. Okay, so crown chakra is already a focus, and the glass says you have a very strong intuition. So you have a very strong connection with your higher self, right? You already know this. You have to already know this because it's so big in the dream. It's a glass building with domed glass ceilings. It's like, could there be any more glass? Anyway, it's passing through the area. When other people around me noticed it, they reacted in fear. In the dream, I remember thinking that everyone was scared because they didn't know what the blimp represented, or because perhaps it actually was bad and something to be scared of. I felt like I was witnessing all this rather than contributing to it and being overwhelmed by it. Then the blimp crashed into the glass ceiling with a loud noise, and people fell with glass, including myself. Okay, so if the domed ceiling is the 7th chakra, your connection to the spirit world, and the blimp is above that, this is kind of cool. It's saying something else from the heavens is going to intersect with the physical plane as far as you're concerned. So let's leave it at that. Let's continue on. You say, some large things fell. I immediately knew they fell from the blimp, and they looked like large crystals, but felt more like hardish, gelatinous material. One crystal thing landed on my chest. I didn't have fear about it, but thought it was quite neat that the blimp dropped some of what it was carrying. So this is really cool. So if the dome is the 7th chakra, what's above the 7th? Well, the 8th, of course. I wanted to know what it was and learn more about the crystal and the blimp, what it was doing, what was its purpose, where was it going, etc. So, okay, I'll share a little trick about dreams here. You say this again, but with you as the subject. And that would be, I wanted to know what I am doing, what is my purpose, and where am I going? But in your case, you're here to help other people realize where they are going, because you have that natural curiosity and you can see that people are unaware. So this, you already know this. I held onto the crystal and then put it in my pocket. Excellent. And it hit you in the chest, which is all about the heart. I felt lucky that it had landed on me. I wanted to understand it more. So I really like this. Do you always see a silver lining or fortune from mishap? Because that's what you're doing in the dream. That's really, really good. So knowing that there's a purpose behind this, and even though it looks like a calamity, it's a spiritual blessing in some way. Excellent. I looked around and found some other large, huge, clear discs, about 8. of the same crystal type material. They were lined up in a row and immediately made me think of chakras. There was a light or something that shined through all of them and got more intense as it went through all of them. Oh, come on. Were there 8 or not? Inquiring minds want to know. We will assume 8, as it matches the rest of the dream completely, and that's why I said think about chakras. The 8th chakra is the energy center known for its messages of divine love, spiritual connection, and transcendence. And so the divine love, that's why this hits you in the chest. It's all about love and connection with your higher self, indeed, which you already have. So there you go. So you already have a strong connection with this chakra. Anyway, I touched one and it immediately fell off kilter. Why did you do that? Only kidding. Then the light ray that had been going through them all went fuzzy, like when a TV doesn't get signal. Well, which one did you touch? That's the one you need to heal now. I tried to put the disc back. It kind of worked, but it seemed like it needed to be much more precise and was an incredibly delicate process to hold in place. And that was about it. So, okay, so this is saying that something's going to happen that's going to help you align your chakras so that you have this stronger connection. So don't worry about me joking about you moving the disc. You say, I remember being so totally intrigued and excited and like I was intentionally selected to receive this crystal thing, or at least to witness the whole event. No one else in my dream really knew what they were, and they were scared and hesitant about them. After I woke up, I tuned back into the crystal that fell on me in the dream, and it feels like I still have it in my energy to be used as an energetic tool. Seems like it is activated with unconditional love. Yes, of course, that's fantastic. And it is, which it amplifies to an insanely expansive amount. Totally exciting. So here's the thing, I'll let you in on a secret. A lot of people are unaware of this, but anything that's already in your heart is going to be amplified in 2020. So if you're very angry, you're going to be more angry. If you have cleared your heart and opened yourself up to love, you are going to express a lot more of that. That's what this year is about. All right, Jess, thank you for the dream. I hope you enjoyed the interpretation. That's my show for this week. Do remember, go to dream-analysis.com, download my dictionary, and you will get the link in the next few days to watch my prophecy presentation. Talk to you next week.